Welcome in. Happy Monday. Happy Moon Day. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your day. I'm going to go ahead and get into the channeled messages, and then we will dive right in what you guys need to hear today. So first and foremost, I got two songs. Burn It All Down, the Basomorph remix by League of Legends Basomorph and Paris. And then I also got Treat Me by Chloe. Signs and synchronicities, CEO vibes, hiding income or status. So it's like a feeling of maybe not telling someone exactly how much you make in a year. I got that as well. The numbers 222, 511, 1551, and 711. Thistle is relevant. Someone here could be a practitioner of the magical arts. Someone here could be Scottish or Basque. And then there's also League of Legends. You might have been having strange dreams lately, and someone just got their nails done or is about to get them done. So now that I have those, we're going to get into these dice, which will tell us which astrological house this collective reading is in, as well as the sign that it is in. So let's see. First, we have 7 for the House of Partnerships. Interesting. And the sign that it is in is the number 9 for Sagittarius. Interesting. So optimistic, travel, spontaneous. Very interesting. Let's get into runes for more detail here. But I got like an interesting vibe earlier of someone who's very much like who has a decent amount of money, who's comfortable, but for some reason they're hiding who they are or how much their money is. And it's not as if they're hiding it in a nefarious way. It's more of like protection. So I want to know more about that. It's kind of like dating someone, but you're not really sure if they're in it because they actually like you or because how much money you make. So you're keeping it quiet. Or someone here is. So let's see. We have Hagalas for disruption or delays. Interesting. Ingvas for potential, and Wunjo for joy. Disruptions and potential joy. Well, that's great. Oh, that's cool. This spells hop. That's really weird. See, look. The runes spell hop. Interesting. That kind of feels like a leap. Disruptions and potential joy. That's ominous, spirit. What the hell is that? Okay. So let's get into some charms, extra details. I'm as nosy as you guys. Tell me more about whatever this is. Got 2 today. It looks like we got music, so some of you guys may be listening to a lot of music, or you're in the music industry, or music's just really important to you. But then we also have what looks like rose quartz for healing, self-love. Interesting. Okay. Disruptions and potential joy, the House of Partnerships in Sagittarius, music and healing. Let's get into tarot and figure out what that's about. Because I don't like this disruptions and potential joy, and I don't think anyone else does either. So this deck is calling to me today, the traditional Rider-Waite deck. Let's see what they have to say. And what you guys need to hear today. We're still in the Mercury retrograde as well as the Jupiter retrograde, so that may have something to do with it. And right now, Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Sagittarius. I believe we're going into the second half soon. Right now, I don't remember which sign it's supposed to go into, forgive me. But right now, it's in Sagittarius. So definitely, if you have travel plans, just either put them off for a little bit or just make sure you reread everything. Because this would be the time when, you would have unexpected delays, or there could be miscommunications, times missed, things like that. 3. Last one. I see 1, 2, 3 though, so we're making steps in the right direction. There's progression here. Hi. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for being here, first and foremost. Let's see what's going on with the collective today. What is this disruption and potential happiness? Because you got me guarded and the collective guarded now. What's happening? What's happening? Cats may also be relevant because of this lovely little dude here. What's happening with the collective today? Tell me about it. Tell me about the House of Partnerships Sagittarius and this healing and music. What's that about? Don't be shy. Good evening. Hello. Judgment. Okay, so there's a wake-up call incoming. That makes sense with the disruption here. A wake-up call. Again, I got this feeling of someone who has, like, how do I put it? It's like this feeling of someone who owns a company or makes a lot of money, but they're hiding how much they make. And it may involve a wake-up call, maybe because we're worried about it, like, influencing friendships or relationships. Well, let's dive in. Let's dig in. No, that one did a flip. And it's sideways. Okay. With the Eight of Swords underneath. When I see the Strength card, right? The Strength card often denotes, you see how it's this lady all in white and she's like closing this lion's mouth. It's kind of like a taming of our inner critic. So that beast often represents our inner critic, our inner bully. Projections that were given to us as children by our peers, by adults, whoever was around, parents, that kind of stuff. Kind of in your ear whispering all the reasons things will go wrong, why you're not enough. When I see it sideways like this, oftentimes that tells me we're in a period of things being either we're doing this or we flip into listening to the beast, right? Listening to that inner critic. So we're currently in a flip-floppy type of thing. That might be related to this judgment. And with the Eight of Swords being right underneath that, this is being trapped in a mental prison, right? We may not have put ourselves in this situation, but we're currently surrounded by all of our thoughts. And it feels like we don't have a lot of self-control here, or that we can't really see what's coming up, and it's got us in our feelings. So I can see why that would put us in that back and forth of trying to be optimistic, but sometimes those thoughts creep in and kind of put us in this super guarded energy. What else? So I could see why somebody would be hiding their status or their income, because that would be a really difficult struggle. Okay. During this time, I'm just going to give this to you for free. During this time, Mercury is in Sagittarius, which rules traveling. So I would just, if you are moving somewhere or traveling somewhere, I would just double check everything regarding the paperwork and make sure it's absolutely good to go. This is the time when you check several times before you actually go forward, because this is the time when things can get lost in the mail, it can get lost in the ether and things of that nature. So just double check everything, triple check it, make absolutely sure that everything is good to go and it gets sent. That one I'll give you for free. So yeah, in our head about it, going back and forth. What else, Spirit? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, work situation. Okay. Three of Pentacles is often, it's a collaboration card. They're usually in schooling, usually institution, school, work. It often represents people coming together and working towards a project. So this may be in regards to work, again, hiding our status, or just around coworkers. But this is in the House of Partnerships, so it would be work relationships, friendships, family relationships, love, those types of things. Okay. So yeah, it's just kind of worried about something back and forth, and a wake-up call regarding this flip-floppy energy. And the Fool, the beginning. The beginning. Yeah, that makes sense with this disruption of potential joy, because being back and forth and going into this mental prison would block this new optimistic journey forth. Okay. So yeah, there may be... It's interesting that Judgment's here, though, because that's like a big life event. There could be a big thing coming up that's got you nervous. Yeah. Tell me more. more, please. And they're being shy about it. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like being private, being very private, being quiet. So you may be feeling, this is giving the energy of kind of closing off, not telling people a lot. Very quiet energy. Maybe you're worried that if you tell people it'll mess up your beginning, which is fair. Absolutely fair. Tell me more, Spirit. Don't be shy. Open up, please. Okay, that's why. We've got this energy of, yeah, there's like past conflict here. 5 of Wands is conflict, rivalry, things like that. In the upright, it's usually like friendly rivalry. In the reversed, though, it can either indicate recent past conflictive energy, or it can indicate just pure jealousy, people spreading rumors and gossip, that kind of energy, very much competitive and not in a fun way. So it could be, you could be quiet at this time because of that. And it also is in regards to wishes not being fulfilled here. Because the 9 of Cups is the wish card. It's like a very happy card. It's right before the 10 of Cups. So right before you get that last little piece that leads to ultimate wish fulfillment, ultimate emotional happiness. But it's in the reversed here. So it could be, you could be in this energy because of a recent big fight that kind of took away this wish. And I see in the 2 of Cups here, it could have been a work partnership or in a past relationship that's kind of influencing this back and forth energy between listening to this negative part that puts you in the mind prison and then being optimistic and pulling yourself out of it. Interesting. Very interesting. Tell me more. Yeah, because the two of Cups is not always about romance. This is the House of Partnerships, though, and the 2 of Cups is a very reciprocal partnership, so it can be like a business partnership, or it can be a relationship, like a romantic relationship. But for whatever reason, there was a huge conflict at some point that ended up not working out. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that card flip just now. So there's like an undercurrent of juggling priorities at this time. Tell me more. 8 of Cups in the reversed and the King of Swords in reversed. Okay. The 8 of Cups often represents walking away from something that you put a lot of time, effort, and emotion into, right? This is in the upright. In the reverse, though, it can either indicate, again, recently walking away from that or not wanting to walk away from it. And the King of Swords in reverse is a very, very hypercritical, cruel with their words type of person. They're very much in their masculine energy. So they're the type who, even if they aren't necessarily a man, they could be a boss, they could be someone of a higher authority than you who is very cutthroat with their words. They could call themselves real or honest, but what they actually are is unnecessarily rude with their words and overly critical. Like instead of just saying, oh, well, here's some reasons why this didn't work out and here's what we can do to improve it, they just tell you that what you did wasn't up to snuff and you need to work harder. It's like that kind of energy. Not very kind with their words. Very much overly analytical. Could be an Aquarius energy, but someone who is very analytical to the point where they don't really know how to tell people things in a nice way. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, and the incense smoke keeps coming over to me. So like, there's this like cleansing energy here because this was a very negative situation. Okay. And I can understand why we would be feeling guarded, afraid. Yeah, keep going back and forth in our mind space, whether we're free from feeling trapped and out of control to feeling Like, you know, we can go forth. We're not in our head anymore. And we can, yeah, it's like we keep putting ourselves back in the thought cage. Like we let ourselves out, but then go back in. A little bit more, Spirit. Sagittarius, though. But I got that there's a healing here. So it must have been a recent separation, or we're about to do that. But I see here was not a fun energy. That 9 of Cups in reverse, that is just not a good time. Very unhappy, unsatisfied. Thank you. The Devil, okay. Yep. This is someone who definitely is not very kind with their words at all, and probably keeps you in your shadow side, so it leads to self-sabotaging cycles. Yeah. Okay, so that's where we're at currently. There's a wake-up call incoming because we're back and forth on whether or not we listen to our inner parasite that mirrors the words that this King of Swords would say all the time, and leaving that behind. So quieting that inner lion. It's like realizing that that is not actually our voice, that's someone else's voice, and letting ourselves out of the prison that we did not put ourselves in, but are choosing to stay in. Yeah. Because there is a beginning here with this Fool coming in. Yes, so we're like right there. We're right there. Yeah, I'll just keep using this deck. And we'll go into the why. Why do you need to know this at this time? Because I feel like you would be aware if you're not happy. So why do you need to know this at this time? Why do you need me to say? 111 just showed up. So, because you're manifesting. You're trying to manifest this beginning. It's like this desire to get into, like 3 of Pentacles could be, yeah, it's like wanting more collaborative relationships, better work environment, going back to school, traveling, like getting away from this oppressive energy. So you're currently working on this. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because the original songs I got earlier was Burn It All Down, the Basemorph remix by League of Legends, Basemorph in Paris. And that song talks about, talking about someone being a little flower and that they're actually a dragon, and you'll have to wait and see, right? It's kind of like a going through so much that you finally showcase that you're actually tougher than, like, it's the song of being underestimated, and you finally like get up and show who you really are. And the song right after that was Treat Me by Chloe, which is 2 very opposite energies, and I did not understand why those came up. But it's like, you know how to treat yourself. You know how to be good to yourself. And we're trying to manifest people that will treat us the way we should be treated, instead of having to beg for it. Whether that's in familial, platonic, romantic, it kind of feels like a constant issue with people showing up in our lives, relationships, where you're underestimated a lot. Like maybe you don't look like their version of whatever success is. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. Hi, R. So the reason you need to hear this at this time is because that's a strange energy to come out. Okay. And the Knight of Wands. The 7 of Swords upright often represents strategy, right? You see how they're taking their swords and they're running away? It's like leaving behind those thoughts and leaving with the ones we need. And with the Knight of Wands here in the upright, right? Now, people see this, they would see this and think Playboy energy, but that's if it's in the reverse. In the upright, that's more like taking something away strategically and moving forward with great passion. You need water? Okay, bud, bring me the water and I'll get you some water. The Knight of Wands is all about going towards something with everything we've got. All this passion, all this fire, all this creativity. It's really going for it. They're the fastest knight in the deck. So that makes sense with that manifestation. But there's this energy of strategy, needing to be strategic about making our swift exit. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Tell me more. Because usually when I see those cards together, I'd be like, oh, someone's a cheater. But this isn't in the reversed. If it was reversed, it would 100% be cheating energy. But I'm getting more of a, you need to know this because there needs to be strategizing for a swift exit from whatever this is. This hypercritical person that makes you feel like shit. 808. Okay. Karma, strength, power, karmic changes coming in. Yeah. I got the numbers earlier as well of 222, 511, 1551, and 711, which translate to you're in alignment, you're on the right path, you're doing a good job, take care of yourself, and that there are karmic changes incoming quickly, right? Within the next 8 weeks, tops, that you have been manifesting. But they're positive changes. These are things that are going to help you make your swift exit. Interesting. But again, that hiding income and status. So it's kind of like keeping it quiet while you do so. I'm not getting like cheater energy though. So I'm not talking to anybody who's trying to like cheat on their person. I'm talking to someone who's in a very bad situation, who's trying to figure out how to leave or is working on leaving, but they need to be quiet with their moves at this time. Yeah, we're in that Four of Swords. We're currently in this transition period, this waiting, quiet, rest. Yeah, quieting those thoughts. And the Chariot. You see how it's upright? So we are actually making those moves. We're balanced. We're working with it, right? That's that balance I was talking about with that sideways strength. So we have moments where we're upright and we're able to go forth in our manifestations, that victory. It is coming. There's just this moment of we're still flip-flopping between quieting that inner trauma and recognizing that that trauma is not us. Interesting. And I keep seeing the Four of Wands in the reversed pop up in the deck, which tells me that this is a rough home life. Someone here is having a rough home life or their foundation's very shaky in whatever this is. So why else do they need to hear this? Thank you. Now, somebody here might need to get more rest. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 7 of Wands. Okay. So there is an energy of leaving behind this victimization, this oppressive energy. It is coming in. Right now we're on guard. We're very defensive. I always think of this as like unsolicited opinions, right? Very defensive, blocking. So whoever this is has a lot of advice when it's really just opinions that you don't need to be taking with you. Those are not for you. You don't need to worry about it. But yeah, you see how the 5 of Pentacles is like left out in the cold, feeling beat up. So it's like we're leaving that behind, but right now we're kind of on the defensive. There needs to be more strategy in this quick exit. Yeah. Oh, I saw the intuition card. Interesting. Because again, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Again, you're doing the right stuff. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, R. You're in the right direction. You're making the right steps. You're making the correct choices. Spirit's congratulating you. They're saying you've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been putting forth. You've been manifesting. You have been actively putting your faith and trust in the universe to get you where you want to go. And remember, putting faith and trust into yourself is putting faith and trust into the universe because you are the universe. Okay? So as you move forward, you are making the right decisions. Wanting to head out of this situation is the right call. They want you to be a bit more strategic and to keep it quiet. But they also, whoever you are, you need to take more naps. You're tired. Get more rest. Okay? I know you're working really hard on this, but you need to take more rest. They want you to rest more. Rest is productive. What else? And I keep seeing, yeah, the smoke keeps coming my way. So you're being cleansed at this time. And yeah, I can see that with that strength card still in the sideways. That's definitely giving like purging negative feelings. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit. Two of Wands reversed and the Page of Swords. This usually means like, you see how normally in the upright they've got the whole world in their hands and they're looking out across the ocean towards what's next? In the reversed, though, that's like we're not... Yeah, we're guarding against delays here. Because I see that here. Guarding against delays. Guarding against people trying to stop this. And the Page of Swords. Yeah, I can see why you would want to keep this quiet, because there are people watching. Probably this King of Swords. So someone may be watching your moves. Good Lord. Okay. I'll keep the one that fell on the floor. Let me grab it. Yeah, Five of Swords in reversed. There's somebody out here who's paying attention to what you're doing, paying attention to your moves. And they may be acting like they're not, because the Five of Swords in reversed is lying. Yeah. Interesting. Gossip, rumors. Clarify this, Spirit. Clarify? Clarify this Five of Swords in reversed. I want to know what that's about. Because normally that means like recent lies, lying, or it could be leaving that behind. So clarify that for me. What is this? Five of Swords in reversed. I see all these cards. Yeah, chaotic energy. Ooh, okay. There's that sideways again. The Seven of Cups. Oh, I see. Oh, and there's the Empress. Hello, hi. There's the Empress. Okay, I see what's happening here. There is somebody, yeah, we're feeling very defensive. We're trying to protect our future plans of leaving because there are people trying to spin it like it's not a good option. So like Seven of Cups is having a lot of options and opportunities presented to us, right? And we can look at them and we can see whether or not which one's good, which one's bad. You're already making good choices, right? Spirit's already said that. But in the reverse, it would be confusion, mental fog, making bad choices. So it's kind of like there are people talking to you at a distance who are trying to spin it like your plans are bad choices. But I see you as this little Empress here, right? This little Empress showing up. I think you know exactly what the hell you're doing, and they need to mind their business. Yeah, the Empress doesn't make bad choices. She's surrounded by wealth and abundance, living in her own garden. She's the boss. What do you mean? Her choices are always good. Otherwise, why would she be the Empress? Yeah, what a weird energy. Like, I'm telling you, this may be someone who's getting more money, but not saying how much money they're making because they're trying to save up to go somewhere. Yeah. I don't see that as a problem, though, because whatever you're trying to leave is not a good situation. I see all these upside down cards. They're like hidden things in the background, but I don't think they're relevant. Tell me more. Why is this relevant at this time? Why do they need to know this? Oh, thank you. The Hierophant reversed. Yeah, because it's against the norm. This may be something that's very against what's expected. Unexpected. Oh, little Empress, whoever you are. Are you trying to build up for something that's unexpected? Are you about to surprise somebody? This Emperor in reversed? I'm telling you, there is somebody who really thinks they're tough shit, who's about to get the surprise of a lifetime, is what I just heard. 444 just showed up. That's the card of the Emperor. There's an Aries here. There's an Aries here, a really terrible Aries person who's really rude with their words, who's going to have the surprise of a lifetime because they've been really mean to this Empress. Okay. All right, so I have our what and I have our why. What do we do about it though? Yeah, again, earlier I saw that this was karmic changes. So this is definitely a balancing, a wake-up call for somebody who has not been treating our collective very well. So who wants to come out? Mythos. So let's see. I want to know what's going on. Oh. Okay, so now that we have our what, we have our why. What's happening right now? Why you need to know it at this time? What do you need to do about it? Like, what do you need to do with this information? Because this disruption in potential joy is strange. But yeah, it's like people interfering with your plans. Interesting. What do they need to do about it? Oh my lord. Okay, so we have Cois here with the King of Cups. Interesting. The King of Cups is someone who is very emotionally intelligent, emotionally balanced, and they are not drowning in their emotions. Oh, that strength that keeps going sideways, quieting the thing that makes you stay in your mental prison. Okay, so it's reminding yourself that you are not your emotions. Emotions are emotions. Yeah. Like it's at this time, we're still trying to be strategic, but not letting ourselves get pulled into the, like, drowning in our emotions at this time. Because again, you're on the right path. Spirit's telling you that you are correct. You are on the right path. You are doing a good job. And yeah, with Thistle, with resilience, protection, and strength, Thistle is the national flower of Scotland, right? And it's because apparently in their mythos, Thistle alerted them to a Viking raid incoming, right? So it was like it protected them from threats. Three of Wands with an Anke. Three of Wands is the card of plans. It's waiting for your ships to come into harbor. So yeah, and that death with Thanatos, right? This incoming big life change. Then yeah, Temperance right underneath that with Artemis. So this balancing change, this karmic change that's coming in is the ships coming into harbor. Isn't that fascinating? Hold on. I'll hold these guys up, right? You see how the King of Cups is looking to the future? And these are all looking towards the King of Cups. It's like they're traveling to the King of Cups. So it's on its way. And you're being told that you have made the right decision. You're making the right moves. And it's coming. Yeah. Interesting. If you are a practitioner of the arts, now would be a good time to up your wards and to do some protection spells. Yes. Because there's somebody who is trying to interfere. Yeah. The Nine of Cups in reversed with Amphitrite. Right? Again, the Nine of Cups. Now, in this specific deck, right, with Amphitrite here. Amphitrite is the Grecian goddess of the sea. Now, you may be confused here because you would be like, oh, isn't that Poseidon though? This is the feminine version. She embodies the gentle aspects of the sea, right? The warm, nurturing, calming aspects of the ocean. That is what she encapsulates. Whereas Poseidon is the storm. He's the fierceness of the sea, right? She's the depths. My washer just beeped, so confirmation. Oh my God, hi, hello. Thank you for tuning in. There is this call here, right, with Amphitrite showing up. This is not the time to be wallowing in the depths. Yes, that actually applies with this King of Cups. If the King of Cups was in the reversed, it would be someone who is wallowing in the depths. It would be someone who's drowning in their emotions. We don't want that. We don't want that right now. We have these big changes coming. We've been working on this. We've been making the strategy. We've been actively trying to get towards leaving this really gross situation. And now is not the time to wallow in it. Yeah. We are taking a pause and resting while we wait, but we're not meant to wallow in our emotions. What else do they need to do at this time, Spirit? And I'm not asking you to toxic positive your way out of it. Never do that, okay? Page of Cups, Hebe. This is the goddess of youth and creativity, right? So, this is interesting. I doubt that they're not. I doubt they're telling you to not be creative, Spirit. Can you please clarify this one? Can you clarify this one? I see butterflies though for transformation. Clarify. Thank you. Queen of Wands with Psyche. Oh, okay. And the World, completion of a cycle, completing a cycle. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is all about stepping into your power. The Queen of Wands is someone who knows their power, who's tapped in, connected to their creativity, their sensuality. They are optimistic. They are creative. They are the manifesting queen. They're full of fire and passion. Whereas the Page of Cups is all in our emotions. It's usually like crush energy, friendships, new creative. With the World too, that completion of a cycle. Oh, you may think that I see, this person may make you feel like you're not as advanced as you are. Oh, what a jerk. Wow. So they've been telling you that you're a page when you're a queen, when you're the empress. What are you talking about? Man, okay, all right. So they're telling you you're not a page, you're a queen. What are you doing? Yeah. You're not a Page of Cups, you're a Queen of Wands. You're an empress. The empress is all of the queens embodied into one person, right? So you're all of it. You're the Queen of Cups, you're the Queen of Swords, you're the Queen of Wands, and you're the Queen of Pentacles, yes. You're all of it, rolled up into one glorious little human. So anyone who makes you feel like you're not creative enough, you don't really know what you're talking about, you're too young, you're too innocent, blah, 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 is full of crap. We have the Five of Cups here with Lathe. Lathe is the goddess of memories. So we need to get out of this feeling like we want these memories to disappear, this disappointment and grief. We don't want to wallow in that undercurrent. We don't want to wallow in it because that blocks our manifestations. It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to be sad for a day or two, but we don't want to turn it into a continuous repeating cycle of listening to what other people say you are. Yes. What else do they need to do at this time? Thank you. The Two of Wands, Asclepius, and the High Priestess. That's 2-2. Interesting. Partnership, reciprocity, balance, right? So, remember that you are both the Floral Maiden and the Queen of the Underworld, first and foremost, and continue making your plans. You see how earlier we were defending our plans. We were defending against it because someone was trying to stop it or trying to tell us that our plans weren't good ideas. Spirit's saying, what are you talking about? You're keyed right in. You're tuned in. You're making these moves because your intuition is telling you where to go. Right? If your intuition is telling you to head that way, that's where you need to be going. They're telling you to do that. Yeah, he's looking right at her. That's where you need to be going. So you keep making your plans because you are going in the right direction. Yes. Thank you. And yeah, the Two of Coins with Oceanus. Oh, cool. Another 2. I'm telling you, 222 means alignment. It means you're on the right path. Yes, follow passion's lead. Thank you, R. The Two of Pentacles. That is often, it represents getting your priorities straight, good time management. So yes, you have a good head on your shoulders. These plans that you have, your priorities are in order. You are making the right choices and heading in the right direction. So whoever this is that's telling you that you're not, is actively trying to stop it, whether maliciously or not, right? Because remember, people do subscribe to what they've always been taught and may not realize that their advice is not very helpful. That does happen. It's not always malicious, but actually with this King of Swords in reversed, I think this person may actually be malicious. Beep, yep. Oh, Morpheus. Yes, pay attention to your dreams at this time as well, because Morpheus is the deity of dreams. Pay attention, okay? If you're having strange dreams, pay attention. You can Google anything you see in your dreams and it will tell you interpretations and you can put it all together. Yes, you can. We have the 6 of coins here, right? With Thea. Now, this is all about reciprocity, which I said before. 2 is the number of reciprocity. You're heading in the right direction. You're making good decisions. You are heading in the direction of reciprocity. The Knight of Cups here, right? Morpheus, the deity of dreams and shadow work. Absolutely beautiful deity. I love him to pieces. He's all about following your dreams. Your dream wants you. What you want wants you. You see how his eyes are open, looking at the past, but his eyes are shut as he moves forward? Thank you, Man Ray. It's like you don't necessarily need to see it come in because you already feel it in your heart center, in your bones, that it's coming, that the chariot is coming with Apollo here. Yes. You're already in tune. You're walking the correct direction, and don't let these mother flippers tell you otherwise. Okay? Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Burn it all down.
Mommy, can I go share water, please?
Will you get the water, please? And I will happily give you some. Thank you. Yeah, and we have the King of Wands here with Kronos. So you're the Queen of Wands upright and the King of Wands upright. That means that you are fully balanced in your masculine and feminine energies. You're not only following your passion and being creative while you do it, but you're also like ambitious and really going for it. Thank you, sweetheart. Can you hand that to me? Give me 1 second. Little kid wants water. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Someone may need water. Someone may need to be drinking water. There you are. Can you put that away for me, please? Can you put this away? Thank you, sweetheart. And then you can have your water. Thank you so much. Okay, and we have the 2 of Swords here with Nemesis, choices. So again, it's this energy of what are we choosing between, actually? What is this choice we're making? What is this choice? There you go, sweetheart. Enjoy your water.
Like this on the water?
Oh, I'm sorry, you don't like the word enjoy? I hope you like your water. Bye-bye, enjoy? Okay, buddy. So we have our first option here with 6 of Wands and Knight of Coins. Options here. So, okay, what this means, the 6 of Wands, excuse me, is recognition. Being recognized. So, like, our efforts actually being recognized. Or the Knight of Coins with Zephyros, who's, I believe, the deity of wind, the north wind. Yeah, so it's like being recognized or continuing forward on our plans. So it's kind of feeling like we're trying to make a decision on whether we want to be recognized or if we want to keep going. What does that mean? This is like if you keep going, you're going to get it. The Star in Sideways. With Nyx, a moment of glory for Nyx, because she's absolutely beautiful. The Star often represents healing, right? And it's sideways. So this decision may directly impact our healing. What an interesting choice. Oh, I see. It could be a decision between the need for gratification, seeing the reward of all of our hard work in order to feel like we're going the right way, or just trusting the process. I see. Yes. 44. Okay, yes, that was correct. Yeah, it's kind of this feeling of needing a moment in the spotlight in order to feel like, oh, yes, I am going in the right direction. Versus just trusting the process. If I keep putting the work in, my work will be rewarded in the end. I see. That could be disruptive. Yeah, especially with that strength in sideways earlier, that could be directly tied to the mind prison. Oh, well, you don't have, for instance, you don't have over 1,000 followers, so clearly you're not successful, but eventually you will. Yeah, there's that Nine of Swords popping up and the Four of Pentacles. Scarcity and lack mindset and nightmares. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, Phobos, the deity of nightmares, right? Anxiety, nightmares around this gratification. Like, do I just trust the process, or do I let go of it because it's not showing me the results? Okay, so that's kind of what is influencing this issue with our going back and forth between the mind palace, is a need to look at our wanting to receive some form of validation, to know whether or not we're going in the right direction. That is stemming in your anxieties, and it could have been caused by this King of Swords in the past. So that's something we need to work on, and not drowning in our emotions over it. So in other words, if you're not seeing the results that you want, not letting it influence how you feel about yourself as you go. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah. Anything else? Or should I move on into the advice? Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm channeling, so it's hard to notice the chat. It's the Mythos Tarot. The Mythos Tarot by Helena Elias. Absolutely gorgeous. She has a full size. This is the little mini one in the tin, but, you know, give that a check. Like, check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. You're welcome. Anything else, Spirit, or shall I move into the advice? Yeah, another wave of that cleansing energy. And that Palo Santo as well. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Justice and the Five of Wands, Zealous, and that Hierophant again. Okay. So yeah, there's that inner conflict. That's interesting. That conflict we got before. He's the deity of conflict, of jealousy, right? So this could be because of wanting what other people have. Okay, that would make sense. Yeah, because it feels like life's unfair. Justice, and you don't really want to do things the traditional way with Dionysus here. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, that may be where that stems from. But there is a need to look at this. Like, you're still going the right direction, but there's just a need to not be overcome with emotions because someone told us once upon a time that we're not really good enough because we don't do things the same as others. Okay. All right, cool. So before I move into my advice oracle, I want to do a quick recap. I always post a little video at the end of the live for anyone who couldn't make it. So I'm just going to do a quick recap. So just bear with me real quick. Okay. So someone here is currently in the middle of a judgment call, and there is a flip-flop between being able to quiet our inner parasite and then falling kind of prey to our inner parasite. It kind of keeps us stuck in this repeating cycle of feeling like we're not good enough, feeling trapped and small. But there is this new beginning that we're trying to bring in the realm of collaboration, right? Work, schooling, relationships in general, right? We're trying to bring this new thing in. There could have been a past energy involving a lot of conflict, a lot of just a really rough time, like people just fighting over stuff. It could be people taking your ideas and claiming it as their own. General, like, who has the biggest wand contest. You know what I mean? And that had you in a very much unhappy vibe, very much not giving reciprocal relationships, reciprocal partnerships, very much not this intertwined communication, none of that. That was not happening. And we may have had to walk away, or we're not currently walking away just yet. But it's like we're building up to that. And there's this person, this King of Swords in reverse, this overly critical person who is very analytical, who does not mince words. They don't really care about your feelings either when they tell you things. They're very, very hypercritical person. Could it be an Aquarius? Could not. And they put you in your shadow side with this devil here. They're definitely someone who subscribes to a notion of a very specific way of living, and they want to impart that knowledge on everybody out there. But they definitely are someone very much in their shadow side and are pulling you into it as well. This Eight of Swords is your shadow side. Self-sabotaging behavior. The reason that you need to know this is because Spirit is wanting you. They see that you are strategizing a swift exit out of this situation, right? That you are trying to be strategic about it. I don't get any cheating energy. That's not in this. So if you have an issue with cheating, this is not your read. But there's a strategic wanting to leave the situation, right? And that is coming. We're currently in a rest period at this time. We're currently resting. But what we want, our manifestations are on their way. We just haven't seen them just yet, right? I see this little chariot here of this victory incoming. We're leaving behind this feeling of being victimized, of being bullied, of being ostracized, of being left out in the cold. But at this time, we are also very much guarded against our future plans because somebody is paying attention to all the moves that we make, and they're very much in this energy of trying to prevent us from stepping forward. They're trying to like kind of paint, they're trying to paint this narrative of the choice that you want to make. These plans are not good for you. Hey, can you quiet down, please? Thank you. Notice how the energy around me is very much chaotic. It's like trying to be very loud and pull your attention away from what you're focusing on, right? But you're the Empress. You're the Empress. The Empress does not make bad decisions, right? Not the upright Empress. The upright Empress got here for a reason. She knows how to run her kingdom. She doesn't make bad choices. And there is an Emperor, an unhealed Aries, or whoever this tyrannical person is, a boss, an authority figure, a father figure. Someone's in for the surprise of a lifetime because of this Empress. Because this Emperor is not treating their Empress very well. And they're about to have one hell of a surprise. So, what you need to do about it. Spirit is telling you to remember that you are not your emotions. They don't want you to drown in your emotions. They want you to keep going forward with your plans because they will bring that change that you need in that balance that is coming in. Again, I showcased earlier, the King of Cups is looking forward towards the change and they're all looking back at him. So it is coming towards you, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. They don't want you to drown in your emotions, right? The Nine of Cups in reversed often talks about not being happy, right? Just like we saw earlier in the Nine of Cups. And Amphitrite herself is the deity of the sea, but in the feminine aspect. She's very much the calm and gentle nature of the sea, going within the depths. So they don't want for you to drown in this emotion. And they also want for you to remember that you are not a page, you are a queen. You are not new at whatever you are doing. You are not new at what you are doing. You are very much already advanced. Whoever told you that you were not good enough is full of shit, respectfully. The Five of Cups here as well. Yeah, you've already completed this cycle. You leaving, right? Whatever this is, you heading right on out of there is the cycle completion. You're closing that chapter. You are on the right path. Five of Cups in reverse, right? They don't want you to stew in these memories. They don't want you to stew in it. They want you to leave it behind, right? They want you to keep making these plans and remember that you are following your intuition. Persephone is both the floral maiden and the queen of the underworld. And that is the same for you as well. You can be both. Just because someone's like, you're not this, you're not that, this and that are true, you can be both at the same time. Okay? You don't need to be the master before you're the apprentice, but you can also be the apprentice and the master at the same time. Now, we had the 222 here, which is alignment. So again, you are on the right path. We have the Two of Coins. You are very much good with your priorities. Your priorities are straight. and you were heading forth towards more reciprocal energies. The Knight of Cups here is all about what you want wants you, and you are pursuing your dreams. You don't necessarily need to see where you're going. You don't need to see where you're going in order to know where you need to be, right? You already know where you need to go, and you're following it, even if you can't necessarily see the path in front of you, which is good. That's what you should be doing, because that's going to lead you to your victory, your chariot. That's going to lead you right where you need to go, right? You are both the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Your masculine and feminine energies are balanced, right? They're balanced. You know exactly where you're going and where you need to be. Okay? Can we be quiet with this, please? Thank you. Now we have a decision to make, right? There's very much healing that needs to be done between our need for validation in our plans, needing to see rewards in order to keep going, and keeping going and trusting the process, right? I know nobody likes to hear that. Well, I'm sorry, I'm the bearer of bad news today. But there is very much a need to look at this feeling of needing to have that validation in order to feel like you're making the right choices. You're the Empress. You already make good decisions. There's no question here. That stems from this person who made you, that gave you this feeling that you need to doubt yourself, okay? And that keeps you in this scarcity mindset, this worried energy, because they're jealous of you, because you already make good decisions and you are not a conventional person, okay? Don't even worry about what they have to say. It's BS. All right? So that's the recap. And I'm going to get into the oracle here, and I'm feeling called to use the spirit animal one. I like this deck because it has sentences on it as well as animals. The sentences kind of help you digest the information and give you something to think on as you progress. And the animals kind of just give you more confirmations, right? So let's tap right on into that and see what advice Spirit has for you as you continue forth. Yeah, whoever this is may be very childish. They may very much get in your face. They may be loud. They may try to distract you all the time. And yeah, be very annoying. So, let's see. Let's give them some advice, Spirit. Ease their fears, ease their worries and anxiety. Help bring them some comfort and some clarity as they continue forward. We've already told them that they're doing a good job. We already told them to up their wards, do protection spells, to take care of themselves, drink water, take a nap, and that they're doing a good job. So let's give them a bit more to go off of. Yes. Closing advice for my collective here, Spirit. Oh yeah, very much Aries energy. Rash, impulsive, in your face, yelling, being loud. I'm an Aries, right? And I know an unhealed Aries. They're not fun. I like to think I'm not that, but I have my days. I'm as human as everyone else. So, now, I mean, obviously you're more than just your sun sign, but it's very much giving unhealed Aries and Aquarius energies, whoever this person is. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the type that puts a hole in the wall. I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. So, closing advice for my collective here as they move forward on this path. I want to help them. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's very smart of you to do. Because again, we're more than just our sun site. We have an entire birth chart, and everyone has every sign in their birth chart. So, you're more than just an Aries. You're like 12 other things. But if you were to look at his chart, it would probably make sense why they are the way that they are. It's really crazy when you actually like deep dive into it. You're like, rude. How can you just tell me my whole life story like that? That's so rude. Let's see. 2828 is relevant. Someone could be 28. That adds up to 18, which is the moon card. Oh my God. Oh, that's cool. So, okay, someone could also be 30. We have the grasshopper spirit here with take a leap of faith, and it came in sideways. So again, when I see sideways cards like this, sometimes I'll ask which way they want to be, up or down, but this feels relevant. When they're sideways, it means we're right, like it's like a, why can't I remember the name of it? The teeter-totter. We're right on whether we're up or down. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. That's interesting. So earlier when I pulled the runes, look what these spell. Just pay attention with me. What is this spell? Hop. I said leap of faith. So there's this worry about whether or not to go forward with your plans because someone's making you feel like these plans aren't worth the risk. Take a leap of faith. So that's where we're at, this middle energy. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Okay, take a leap of faith. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this also came in sideways. Be at home with the wombat spirit. But which way? I'm being called to... It came in sideways again. Okay. Be at home. Should I stay at home? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Lots of sideways. Interesting. Anything else, Spirit? Should I stay or should I go? Should I leave or should I stay? And yeah, the Fool card is someone walking off a cliff. They're literally taking a step right off the cliff. And that would be terrifying to anyone. You can't really see what's on the other side. You can't really see what happens with the fall. So many people aren't going to take that step. But you'll notice the Fool isn't paying attention at all. They're looking up at the sun. They're not really paying attention to where they're going. Give me more though, Spirit, because we're supposed to be kind of calming their fears. It's kind of like you're mirroring it. Give them something. Don't be rude. Embrace the in-between. I'm sorry, spirits. Spirit's a jokester, aren't they? Embrace the in-between. So, it's like we're supposed to be in this transition at this time, and that's okay. But how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that and say embrace the in-between when I just said let's assuage their fear, Spirit? Come on. That's so rude. My guys are jokesters, man. Give them actually some nice advice. Because, like, embrace the in-between. Come on. I love Spirit, but wow. Okay. Be loyal to what you love with 19 here. Be loyal to what you love. I promise you I will roar 100 times for you when I'm done, okay? I'm working, so I will roar for you later. That's right. Roar. So yes, be loyal to what you love. I'm working. I can't do it right now, okay? Can you wait 20 minutes? Thank you. So yeah, be loyal to what you love. So during this in-between time, it's time for you to think on what you really love and be loyal to that. Now, if someone's treating you like crap, I would be loyal to yourself, honestly. And I know someone here is going to be like, what? But this is so-and-so. This is my spouse of 20 years. This is my boss that I've worked for XYZ. They've helped me through hard times. No. If they are treating you like shit, stop giving. Start loving you. That's where you need to focus, okay? Don't give to people who hurt you. Like, seriously. I don't care who they were in the past. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I don't care who they were in the past. That's not who they're showing up as. Okay? If you're debating on whether to stay or go, you need to be choosing yourself and focusing on loving on yourself. Oh, wow. Someone could have platinum hair and really pretty blue eyes. That just stood out to me. God, just... Yeah, you're gorgeous. What the... Yeah, exactly. You're gorgeous. Stop listening to whoever this person is. I gotta watch my words. You're absolutely right, R. Be cautious of those who make you doubt yourself. I don't care if it's the Pope. If the Pope is treating you like garbage, find a new religion. Any other advice, Spirit? And 19 is the card of the sun. So follow what makes you happy. Follow what brings you joy. Do the things you've always wanted to do. Yeah, this will help. That's part of self-care. So doing those things that put you in that Empress energy. Yes. Interesting. 222. Yes, I know I'm right. Alignment. Yeah, that will put you more in alignment. Come on, Spirit. Don't be shy, please. Thank you. And yeah, act as if. Okay. Act as if. That's more of that strategy that we talked about earlier. Being strategic. So even in times when perhaps your inner critic is being really strong and we're struggling a bit to quiet those inner demons, that's when you come in and you say, all right, I'm not feeling my best today, so what can I do to turn that around? Who can I act as? What can I, like, yeah, that would be the time to go do that hobby, watch that comfort movie. That's fine. When cards flip over in the deck, I often treat that as, you know how when you block someone and they keep trying to message you? I treat it like that. If it's relevant, it'll come out. Otherwise, it can stay in the deck. 2121 just came out as well. That adds up to 6. So again, that balancing. 14 temperance, balancing. It's interesting though, because that card is something I said earlier, but I want to see if it comes out. Anything else, Spirit? Closing advice. Act as if. So yeah, following that. So kind of playing into our playing pretend energy. Not forgetting who you are, but like stepping in. Yeah, if you don't feel like the Empress today, pretend you're the Empress. Even if you don't really feel like you are one, pretend. And eventually your subconscious will hear it enough that you will become it. Although you are already that, so you don't... you're already the Empress. You just don't think you're the Empress. Because some idiot told you you weren't the Empress. I got too many opinions. I'm over here mad at them. So we have 22 with the Dragonfly Spirit. Again, 2-2, balance, reciprocity, partnerships. Truth transcends illusion. Again, some idiot told you you weren't the Empress when you clearly are. And sing your own song, 12 with Canary. 12 in tarot is the Hanged Man. That shift in perspective. So again, when I said we don't feel like the Empress, we're a very unconventional Empress. So be weird, be different. That's cool, if you ask me. Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility in the reverse. So again, why can't an Empress be weird? Why? So she's the Empress. She rules her kingdom. Why can't the Empress be weird? I don't know who this is, but I'm mad at them because how dare they? How dare they? You're over here thinking things have to be a certain way, but they don't have to be. I'm not really good enough, so I should stay. I should put up with this nonsense. But like, what? You're making good decisions. You're going the right way. You're not seeing it though, so you feel like you're not making the right decision. But you are though. Open up to the possibility that sometimes you don't need to know first. Yes, I also love being weird. I will forever be weird. Ooh. Time to heal. So yeah, and transformation is beautiful in the reversed. So yeah, you feel like you can't be the butterfly. Why? Why? Because some dusty dude told you couldn't? What? Time to heal. Now, I'm not saying this to be rude. I have been here. I've let some dusty dude tell me I was not an empress. I'm here to tell you, don't listen. They're dusty. All right? If you know, you know. Time to heal with 55. Whenever you see more than one number in numerology, that is a multiplication of those energies. 5 represents positive change, okay? It also represents that Hierophant, tradition. Heal the wound around traditional, societal, right? I say it a lot because I guess I attract people who feel like they need to fit the narrative and stay the same, right? An empress is an empress. She rules the kingdom. Why does she need to look a certain way? Why does she need to talk a certain way? Why does she need to dress a certain way? She is the empress. You know, everyone already listens to her. Why does she need to look a certain way? That wound, that needing gratification in order to know that you're going the right way, that's the thing you need to heal on. And this expectation that you have to look a certain way in order for things to work out. Yeah, it's kind of feeling like I've been working really hard on transforming myself and becoming a better person, but I'm not seeing the results. I feel like I'm not seeing the results, but you are though. If you ever take a moment and you go, oh, I'm spiraling, I should probably do something to get out of it. Guess what? You did it. You transformed. Every time you clock yourself going back into old patterns and actually figure out how to come out of it, or you give yourself grace, you've already made a ton of progress. That's your sign to notate that you've actually transformed, because old you wouldn't have even noticed. That means you're already in it. It's not always going to be a huge change turnaround, and everyone else is going to see the change before you do. You see yourself every single day. It's hard to notice changes. Yeah, it's not like when you go chop all your hair off. It's more noticing that you're showing up different, you know? We got 3 cards here. What are they? Okay. Make your dreams real with the spider spirit. So again, we're flip-flopping back and forth. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I leap? Should I stay? Well, you're already familiar with what's already there. Are you comfortable there? Or are you not? If you're not comfortable, leap. The worst you can do is be in something new. Right? If you already are familiar with your current environment and it sucks, why stay there? And clear out the clutter in the reversed. So yeah, getting rid of those negative, the people who are telling you that you are a certain thing, like you're not the empress, you don't make good decisions, blah, 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 blah. Stop listening. Clear out the clutter. There's no reason to listen. I don't care if they're the Pope. I don't care if God himself descends from the heavens and says, you're full of shit. Don't listen. I'm going to make somebody mad saying that. Surrender now. Yeah. This is the time of surrender. This is the time. I know. I was like, people come on here and they act like I'm satanic. I'm not. But if God told me I wasn't if he told me I wasn't an empress and that I'm bad and I should go to hell, I would be like, you're not God. You're lying to me. God would never. Surrender now. This is the time of surrendering. This is the time of taking the leap with faith, with your eyes shut. This is the time. Yeah, the universe would never be mean to you like that, ever. They'll be real with you, but they will never just come down and tell you that you're like, what? Not in my experience. Anything else, Spirit? Any other closing advice at this time to help guide them on their path? Yeah, now is the surrender. Now is the time to just be comfortable with not knowing. I hate it too. I hate hearing that too. But this is truly it. This is the time to follow the heart space. And needing the confirmation that you chose right before you take the leap isn't the way to go. Because then you'll only ever chase the validation. You will never chase your inner knowing. You will never actually listen to your intuition. That's how we learn. Yeah. It's in blind faith that you oftentimes become really strong in your relationship to yourself. Yeah, use your mind wisely in the reversed here. So again, instead of living in your mind prison, it's time to utilize your brain, your absolutely genius brain that got you this far in life, for better things. You already know the path you need to take. You've already been taking it. You make good decisions. You've been transforming. It's time to stop hyperfixating on all the ways it could go wrong and all the ways that they could be right. And it's time for you to just use your brain to figure out how to move forward. Yeah. Like maybe instead of just always thinking that things aren't going to work out, let's utilize it in order to think of all the ways it could go right. For example, maybe it's time to start thinking, well, how do I want to decorate my new place once I leave this really shitty relationship? Do I want it to be all purple? What color do I want the drapes to be? You know, where do I want to shop at? What color? What foods do I want to eat? When do I want to wake up? You know, using your brain in order to actively manifest what you want, instead of going, oh well, what if it doesn't work? What if they show up at my house, my new house? What if they stop it from happening? It's just focusing on all the newness. Tells the universe you want the new and not the same old repeating cycles, and they will focus on bringing that newness in, right? They'll be like, oh, cool, you want new? Here you go. Because every time we stay in that middle energy, it kind of sends a signal to spirit that you're not really ready for it yet. And so they hold on to it. So you have to be ready to accept it in order for them to give it. Yes. Anything else, Spirit, or is that it? Someone's going to be shopping in new stores. Think about your new clothes. Yeah, trust in divine detours with 16. 16 is the Tower card. So yeah, when things don't necessarily go according to plan, or if some grand new thing comes up, like a promotion or a proposal or, you know, a layoff or something like that, that's when you need to understand when Spirit's working in your favor and to trust in that. It may seem like a rough situation. It may not make sense, but oftentimes those changes lead us into better. Freedom is yours with 33. And I see 8484 popping in. That leads up to 16 plus 8. I believe that's 24, which leads back to 6 for balancing. But we have 33 here. And 3 is all about communication, collaboration, and for those of you who are Christian out here or just spiritual, that is the number of Archangel Michael, 3. So very, very interesting. Trust in divine detours. Freedom is yours. So, for example, unexpected promotions coming in, or if not getting selected for the promotion, that does not mean you didn't earn it, you didn't deserve it. Sometimes that means that whatever environment you were going to go work in, the people there kind of sucked behind closed doors, and Spirit said, nope, not her, not him, not them. We're going to take you to a better place. But I see it. Freedom is yours. It's already here. It's coming at you. Breakneck speed. Yes. There's no freedom that I can properly explain as when you are so strong in your self-belief that nothing can shake you. Oh, let spirit be your guide with the hawk. Interesting. Because spirit, they have the bird's eye view of your entire life, where your soul says it wants to go. They have to respect your free will, but they see everything. You'll always be on your path, but sometimes we'll take little detours and spirit will nudge us, right? So, yeah, trust in the divine detours and let them be your guide. Let them nudge you because they know. Yes. Yes. Anything else? Or shall I close it here? No, I get this sense of, like, I just felt like this refreshing wave just now, this like breath of fresh air. It was a really good energy just now. Yes. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah, you see how like now it's shuffling so much more orderly? It'll balance out. Yeah, so like this not knowing whether we should stay or go, this leap of faith. It's okay to be in this in-between at this time, but remember to be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what lights you up. Follow passion's lead. And don't listen to people who tell you otherwise. I mean, really, anyone who tells you that you're not allowed to be happy, what? What are you talking about? That would be like telling a bird it's not allowed to sing. What? It's within your nature to be happy. What are you talking about? Don't celebrate. It's bad. What? 611 just popped up. 611 adds up to 8. So again, that strength card. Karma, strength, power. That balancing. I see you, Wasp. It feels like there's one more card that wants to come out, but it's hiding from me. Why are you hiding? Come out. You can't not hide from me. Thank you. Time for beginner mind. Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay. Whenever I see this, yeah, and life is speeding up in the reversed here. So, okay. I get it now. Whenever I see this porcupine, it reminds me that you can, it's kind of like a shark too. There's more than one way that you can pet a porcupine. I would not recommend it, right? But if you pet them one way, you won't get stabbed by their spines, their quills. If you pet them the other way, you're gonna get pricked, right? So we may be looking at things and not seeing the growth that we're hoping for, and therefore thinking that our life is stagnating, that we're not moving forward, that we're not making progress. But the further could be from the truth. What was that sentence? But that could be further from the truth, right? You're actually on the right path. Spirit has been rather loud about that. They've put out 222, which is the symbol of alignment. They've put out all the, like, you're doing a good job, take care of yourself, alignment, over and over and over and over again, right? They're letting you know that you are correct. You are in the right path. It may not look like anything's happening, but it is. Right now, we're waiting, and waiting sucks. But you're making those changes. You're doing a great job. We're going in that flip-flopping between feeling like we're on top of the world, that we've got this on lock, we're doing the things, we're the ultimate baddie, all that fun shit, right? right now, and then days where we feel like we are very much not that. We feel like we're hot garbage, like we can't do anything right. That part of you is still needing to be healed, right? And that just stems from validation being force fed to you at a young age from somebody who had no business doing that. But just because you're not seeing the progress, just because we're not at the finish line yet, doesn't mean we haven't moved along the journey, okay? So yes, dream the world into being in reversed as well. So again, focus your energy instead of hyper fixating on, oh my God, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. I want for you instead to think, what's my new office gonna look like? How am I gonna decorate it? What do I want? Do I want a snack drawer, right? In my new relationship, how do I want them to show up? In my new home, how do I want to decorate it, right? Focus on the new and start making plans on how you want things to look, right? How you want things to look, how you want things to feel. Do you want candles? Like things like that. Start focusing on how you want things to be in the new. The more you focus on that, the more you practice manifestation, right? And we're approaching the new moon in Scorpio, right? And new moons are all about manifestation. So this is literally the perfect time to be doing so. The reason you're flip-flopping so much too is because Mercury is currently in the microwave and it's in Sagittarius, right? Which is literally the sign of today. So that back and forth thinking is because of that. But it's important because that's also bringing forth those wounds to be healed up. So it's okay that we're currently in that, right? This is just a moment in time that you're healing this energy. You're making progress. You're doing fine. Just shift your focus a little bit. Shift your focus off of what we don't have and shift your focus more towards how you want your future to look like and really sit in that. Imagine how it will feel to look out your new windows. Imagine how it will feel. Say you're starting a new workout routine. I mean, I know this is partnerships. So say you're going back into the dating market. Just imagine how it feels to find those people who truly value you, right? Those new business deals, like really sit and ground yourself in those moments and think about how that'll make you feel, what it'll look like, what it'll sound like, what it'll smell like even, right? Think of those things, right? That's what I want for you to do. That's what spirit wants for you to do, right? Because that is how you actively grasp manifestation and how you pull yourself out of that cycle of self-criticism, right? That's what you need to be doing at this time while you're in your in-between, while you're moving from the dull gray of existence into the beautiful colors of life. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys again for all of your likes, your shares, being here, interacting with me. I'm so happy you were here. If you want a personal reading from me, I do that at the link in my bio. For people who show up on YouTube, that's in the description box. Please check that out. It is the same as what you saw here today. I do tarot cards, dice, runes, charms, synchronicities, oracle advice, all of it, right? The only reason it says 3 cards or 10 cards is that is the tarot card number, right? You still get all the rest of it. It's included in there. So check me out, see if I vibe with you. If I don't, and this is the last I see of you, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you all of the luck, love, joy, abundance, and happiness on your journey. Remember, life is an ever crooked path and you are never off of it, okay? And if you have chosen to follow me and you like my vibe, I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!